Hello, 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 guys. Welcome. Please have a seat. People in the back, please have a seat. Relax. Thank you so much for being here. What a great turnout. Looks like we have far more troubled apartment complexes than I expected. But I am glad you all are here. I'm glad you're putting in an effort to clean up your apartment complexes or rental properties. Better apartment complexes will lead to better neighborhoods. Better neighborhoods will lead to better communities. So we are excited about getting started today with our top 5 steps when taking over a troubled apartment complex. So, what is your troubled apartment complex known for? Is it known for crime?
Yeah.
You've had multiple shootings. Is your apartment complex adding to the homicide rate in your city?
Yes, Maya.
Do you have chronic pest control issues?
Speak on it.
Are you known for drugs? Is this where everybody comes? Where can we get and they know to come to your community for these particular drugs?
Yes.
Do you have chronic loitering?
Yes.
You have bad media or press?
Oh my
Is your apartment
goodness,
complex
yes,
showing up on the
Maya.
news and it's not for anything good? I hear a bit of testifying going on out there, so let's jump right into step 1. Do we have a little drum roll? Drum roll. Thank you. Step 1, managers, know the lay of the land. I repeat, know the lay of the land. You must know the exterior of the complex inside and out. You must know it the way you know your way around your home. You must know every entrance, exit, every exterior community area like laundry rooms. You must know the breezeways, all the little dips and tucks. You must know this. So I say grab a community map, put on some comfortable shoes, but before you head out, you are going to say, hey, Mr. or Ms. Maintenance Supervisor, will you accompany me on this trip to just go around and look at everything on the exterior of the property? Managers, if you are new to the community, we are accomplishing multiple things by doing this. 1, of course, we are learning the lay of the land. We're learning intricate details about the lay of the land because you should take this walk with, like I said, the existing maintenance supervisor, if there's one. If there's not one, try to take it with the longest standing tech that's been there, the person that can point out X, Y, and Z, or they seem to know the most about. The reason we do that is because we are also learning who we're working with. We have to learn our maintenance supervisor. We need an ally. So let's get to know our maintenance supervisor. And this is not the time to ask personal questions. So when I say get to know the maintenance supervisor, most of that means listening. The questions that you should ask should pertain directly to the property. Specific questions you may have about the property, not about your maintenance supervisor's personal life. That's not what it's about. However, if your maintenance supervisor wants to choose and blab XYZ, just listen. But with that listening, also pay attention to if your maintenance supervisor has any gripes. Like your maintenance supervisor may mention they've been trying to get a certain piece of equipment and it would make life much easier. They could turn the apartments over fast if they have this piece of equipment. So listen for things like that, and not because you're going to just go get it, but you listen for things like that because you want to know maybe later on what you can use to gain an ally. Sometimes people just want to know you're for them, you're on their team, you're going to make their life a little easier, but that's later down the road. That's a little psychology that you have to play, but that's another lecture. So you're going to take this walk of the community, the exterior, if you have a golf cart, whatever the means may be, but you should be on foot to be able to see the details and not just drive by looking at them. You're a maintenance supervisor, you have your map, so you're asking questions about the community, but it's important because you're going to take notes. There are notes you're going to take while you're out on this exterior tour with the maintenance super or longest standing tech. So what type of notes are we going to take? We are going to make note of quite a few items that we see on the exterior of the property. The first thing I would make note of are broken blinds or any type of damaged window treatments. Anything that is unsightly from the outside of the community, I would make note of broken blinds and damaged window treatments. This is where your lease comes in handy. I am a big proponent of having a lease prepared by a licensed attorney, preferably in the state where your property is located. So in that lease, hopefully, it should say something about any type of window treatments. If not, managers, maybe you should speak to your owners about having a lease properly prepared to cover these things. So when it is time to go through and clean up the community, you can refer to your lease when you send notices to your tenants. The second item you're going to make note of are overflowing dumpster areas. We don't expect the dumpster area to be pristine. It's a dumpster area. But sometimes there's excessive trash at certain dumpster areas on the property. So make note of that. If the dumpsters are empty and it's still trash all over the ground, any extra trashy dumpster areas, make note of that. Number 3, you want to make note of any abandoned vehicles. Any vehicles on the property with no tags, you want to make note of those. And while you're at it, if you happen to see cars that are taking up more than one parking space, you definitely want to make note of that. In between these things that you're making note of, you're talking to your you're talking to your maintenance supervisor, and you're asking your maintenance supervisor questions about this person or this building or this area, or which buildings does this dumpster area serve. So you're getting information, you're getting knowledge from your maintenance supervisor or longest standing tech. The next thing you want to make note of are areas of loitering. So if you notice that a group of people tend to hang in front of certain buildings, they may hang around the side of the building, in the back of the community, any areas of loitering or just groups of people hanging, just make a note of that. Be sure to make note of anything that you feel you would have to apologize to a prospect for or be embarrassed by if you're taking a prospect on a tour. Unfortunately, this can't include people, but you do want to make note of broken blinds, overflowing dumpster areas, excessive trashy dumpster areas, abandoned vehicles, and areas of loitering. So everybody's with me so far? Sounds good? I hear a few people out there saying, we do that anyway. That's not new. We do that anyway. Well, if you did it effectively, you wouldn't have a troubled apartment community, now would you? I'm just kidding. Be nice. Come on back. Come on in. We're not done. So what's the point of all of this exterior note-taking and this tour that we're taking with our maintenance supervisor or longest standing tech? The point of it all? A troubled apartment complex should be cleaned from the outside in. You with me? I'll repeat it. A troubled apartment complex should be cleaned from the outside in. I hear the naysayers, you are wrong, girl. You are wrong. Those units should look good. The apartments need to look good. Well, guess what? If the outside doesn't look good, no one is going to see the inside of the apartment. We have to put on the wig and the lashes and the makeup. We need to attract people to our community. And then once they get in and we get them, then they find out we're crazy. It's pretty similar. The difference is we're attracting some high quality, high value. I didn't say high income because that's not the communities we're talking about. You can be low income and still have high value. So we want to attract some high value prospects to our property with our wig and makeup and lashes. And that means our signage is pretty, our landscape is pretty, our dumpster areas are pretty. There are no broken blinds. Later on, they can make it to the back of the property and realize we're crazy. However, at that point, we will be a diamond in the rough. We are cleaning up. We are enforcing our lease diligently. The new prospects will know the rules that we follow because for these first 365 days that we start this process, we are going to diligently enforce our lease. The current tenants will either get with the program, and the new tenants coming in will already know the program. Everybody with me so far? You're picking up what I'm putting down? Good. Quick recap. Number 1, know the lay of the land. Take an exterior tour with your maintenance supervisor or the longest standing tech. That's step number 1.